We now switch over to our Kraken, who was pretty excited in that Sounders segment with the Kraken. It's been a tough go over the past week for them. So we'll take a look at that here. Excuse me. Beginning on February 20th at the San Jose Sharks. That was I believe it was a 1:00 game against San Jose down in San Jose. Seattle would lose that game 4-0. They'd get shut out, and it was just an embarrassing effort all around. Martin Jones did not look good in net. His team in front of him did not look good at all either. So it was kind of all around a horrible effort. Our player of the game in shutouts, we had a player of the game last week in a shutout. This week, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. February 23rd versus the Boston Bruins at home, with the loss to San Jose, with how great that the Bruins have been, and the fact that the Kraken were wearing their reverse retro jerseys made things a little bit scary. It was like everything was stacked against Seattle. They put up a hell of a fight. They would fall 6-5 against Boston, the best team in the NHL. Our player of the game forward, Matty Beniers. Matty, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 3 shots, 1 hit, and 2 takeaways on the night. And then wrapping it up, February 26th versus the Toronto Maple Leafs at home. This one at 4:30 on a Sunday. And the issues with the afternoon games for Seattle continue, as Seattle would lose in ugly fashion 5-1. Our player of the game forward, Jared McCann, had 1 assist, a 0 plus minus, and 2 shots. And you say 1 assist, why not the guy who scored? Vince Dunn scored that goal, but he had a -2 plus minus. So I refuse to reward that. And I try to go with players that I guess have more of the positive. I don't know. We'll go through our photos of the game here for those 2 home games that we had, but we have 3 photos. So this one was an easy favorite. As soon as our photographer Liv Lyon sent it to me, I wanted to save it for our score recap, our score post, our final score post, or the cover of the article. I did use it for the cover of the article, even though they lost, but it was just too great of a photo to not. Look at that. You got Charlie McAvoy in the back, who's obviously not happy. Looks like Vince Dunn is about to take his mouthpiece out to celebrate there. You've got Maddie in the foreground, excited. You've got the fans in the background celebrating. Easily one of my favorites that Liv has ever gotten. A big favorite of mine. Maddie scored the first goal within the first few minutes. Then it was just a wild shootout throughout the rest of the game. I just wish, we were able to use this on a win. Then the photos from the loss to Toronto. We've got this one I really liked because you've got former Seattle captain Mark Giordano here in the front trying to get in front of Yanni Gourde, his ex-teammate with Seattle here, who's trying to get net front. 2 guys who were part of the leadership group for the Kraken there. Giordano actually scored in the game for the Maple Leafs. Unfortunately, it was the first goal of the night for Toronto. And then the second one here by Jaden Schwartz, the cover photo for our article, really kind of summarized how the night went. Just kind of one of those nights for the Kraken. It was a really tough one. Before we get to general discussion, I'll go with my player of the week here. I went with Matty, just considering the 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 3 shots, 1 hit, 2 takeaways, and 5 shots that he put up, and the fact that nobody else really kind of, I don't know. It was nice to see Matty put out that sort of effort and have a much better game against Boston this time around than he did last time when they were in Boston. This is tough. The Kraken are in a really tough spot right now. They've fallen down, as you can see on our banner, to the second wild card spot. They're only 4 points ahead of the next closest team, which is Calgary, so another divisional team. You're now below Edmonton, LA, and Vegas. Defensively, you continue to make mistakes. You continue to leave guys open in the faceoff circle, in your own zone. The backdoor coverage has been horrible. The coverage in general has been horrible. And on the offensive end, it just feels like you're getting desperate, not in a good way either. the team for a long time has relied on the quality of their shooters as opposed to the quality of the goals that they're producing or the quality of the chances they're generating, and it's coming to bite them. These games here as the season progresses on. Toronto's nobody to scoff at, so you have to just be better as a whole. Can't be leaving guys open. Um, it's tough. I know there's been a lot of pessimism around the team, wondering if they're going to be able to make it. And right now, I'd say I don't know, but a big part of me really wants to have hope in that, and believe that they're going to be able to keep going and turn things around internally. Vince Dunn in the post-game press conference, Dunn himself seemed a little bit out of things and a loss for words. But what he said in one of the first quotes of the night for him was interesting. He said that a lot of guys have been too hard on themselves in this locker room. You have to wonder not only who, but why they're doing so. Obviously the month of February has not been kind, but those first few months for Seattle, they really stacked the points and were able to be in a position to not worry about it too much if they hit a skid. They've hit kind of a few skids now. So this is something where, I'd give you more insight. I apologize. I'm running on fumes today. It's got to be internal, right? Ron Francis talked about the trade deadline. He didn't really seem too set on anything happening, but it sounded like his ears were open and he was ready and waiting. Ron, so who knows what that could mean for the team. He specifically praised the top 9 forwards. So what does that tell you? Especially with Sprong being a healthy scratch the last few games. So I don't know. This team is in an interesting position. They've got some decisions to make. We're a few days now from the trade deadline, which is crazy. I'm going to say I don't think Seattle ends up getting anything done at the deadline. I don't think they need to, especially not for a rental. Timo Meier got traded today or this past day. You saw the return for Bo Horvat. So I don't know. I'm really interested. I don't think they're going to do anything. It would be nice for them to pick up a defenseman. I don't know what they'd have to give up for that. But yeah, I'm going to have hope that this team's able to turn things around internally and make the postseason. But again, have that realization that this team is ahead of schedule. They're not supposed to go to the playoffs this year in Ron Francis's master plan. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So we don't really have any concrete injury news for you. I have a source that said that Andrei Burakovsky, the day of the Boston game, said that Berkey was out about 3 weeks or sooner. So, obviously there's still some time here, still week to week. But good to have some information on Burakovsky, just considering the player that he is to this team, the deal that he signed, obviously, and just his general health as a whole. So, we look over to team news, and this one's exciting. I know this one also drew some criticism. I don't have any time or space for this. So I don't know. I was excited to see this, and I think it works. So the Kraken announced a new partnership with the Muckleshoot Tribe of Indians. The Kraken, Climate Pledge Arena, and the tribe to announce that they have entered a multi-year partnership that acknowledges the past and celebrates the important contributions that the Muckleshoot Indian tribe make to the region. The tribe will be the Kraken's first ever jersey patch partner. As you can see in the photos here, I'll cycle them out as we continue out through this. Jersey patch partner and become the first Indian tribe to hold this honor throughout the entirety of the NHL. The Muckleshoot Indian Tribe logo will be placed on the right chest of both the Seattle Kraken home and away jerseys and showcased to millions around the world via team platforms and television broadcasts. Muckleshoot Tribal Chairman Jason Elkins had this to say: "The Muckleshoot Indian Tribe is proud to begin this first of its kind partnership with the Kraken, who worked with us from day one to acknowledge that Climate Pledge Arena is located on our ancestral homeland and to honor our enduring place in the cultural fabric of this region. This joyful day brings with it a sense of hope that our young people will see themselves represented by the team in the heart of Seattle and around the country, with our tribe's logo on the front of every Kraken jersey. As part of the partnership, here's some details for you that help. Some were concerned that it was, just there was just money exchange, and that's why they're putting the patch on there, money talk sort of thing. But action by the Kraken is what you're looking for, and so here's that. There will be additional artwork by will be created at Climate Pledge Arena to celebrate Indigenous people. There will be a community multi-sport court that will be built on the Muckleshoot Reservation in partnership with the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe. And the Kraken will commit to the creation of programs for Indigenous youth as part of its Access initiative. That last one there is a little vague. I'd like to get more information on that, to hear more about that, just to get a better idea of what's actually taking place. But I don't know. I think it looks good. I think it meshes well, and the support of the tribe there is positive. There was a lot of complaints about it. It could be a lot worse. The Maple Leafs, we just played the Maple Leafs, have a sponsorship with some dairy company, and on this chest it just says milk. It's just the word milk in cursive, and I think that's hilarious. That's even a thing. So we'll continue on here to our upcoming for our Kraken. Seattle sits at a 32-win, 21-loss, 6 overtime loss record. They sit at 4th in the Pacific Division now at 70 points total for the season. That's the second wild card spot that they're in, which is the last possible wild card spot, last possible playoff spot, I apologize, in the conference. Up next for Seattle, they have a 3-game stretch here this next week. A 4-game road trip that they're headed out on. February 28th at the St. Louis Blues as a 5 p.m. Pacific time puck drop. March 2nd at the Detroit Red Wings in the first game of a back-to-back is a 4 p.m. start. And March 3rd at the Columbus Blue Jackets in the second game of that back-to-back is a 4 p.m. start.